Authorities are investigating deadly shootings in Australia and at Brown University. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Monday, December 15th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. We'll start with the shooting in Australia. Yesterday, 2 gunmen opened fire at a Hanukkah celebration near Bondi Beach in Sydney. Australian authorities designated the attack as a terrorist incident that targeted the city's Jewish community. Here's Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese speaking yesterday.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life.
At least 40 people were injured, and the death toll rose today to 15 people. Officials said the ages of the victims ranged from 10 to 87. Authorities identified one of the gunmen as a 50-year-old man who was also killed. And they said the suspected second shooter was his 24-year-old son. He's been hospitalized. Police also said they had recovered and disarmed 2 improvised explosive devices from the scene of the attack. One witness to the attack described what he saw to Reuters.
It's kind of like, fish in a barrel. Like, the guy had I think of what I've been told, he had an automatic rifle, big gun, standing on the bridge, and just target practice.
Today, Jewish Australians have been gathering near the site of the shooting. And state and federal lawmakers in Australia said they are already considering tougher gun control laws. Authorities are still searching for the Brown University shooter. That's our second story. On Saturday afternoon, a gunman opened fire inside an engineering and physics building on the Providence, Rhode Island campus. At least 2 students were killed and 9 were injured. Officials said yesterday they were releasing a person of interest who was earlier taken into custody in connection with the shooting. They said that while some degree of evidence had pointed to that person, it now points in a different direction. Providence Mayor Brett Smiley appealed to the public for any information.
One of the things that Providence Police will be doing, and we should let our neighbors know, is that we are searching for additional video evidence. And so neighbors in the area of Brown University should expect to see Providence Police in the neighborhood canvassing, looking for additional evidence, specifically looking for additional video evidence.
Brown University said it had doubled its security staffing, but said there is no immediate threat to the campus. Number 3. Officials in California said that acclaimed director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead. Paramedics responded to a request for medical aid at the couple's home in Brentwood, Los Angeles yesterday afternoon. Authorities said they are investigating the deaths as homicides, but said they have not identified a suspect or detained anyone. Rob Reiner was 78 years old. He directed classic films such as This Is Spinal Tap, A Few Good Men, The Princess Bride, and When Harry Met Sally. He was also an actor. His wife, 68-year-old Michelle Singer Reiner, was a photographer. In a statement, their family said they were heartbroken by the sudden loss and asked for privacy. Number 4. MAGA leaders are warning President Donald Trump that his base is checking out. A growing chorus of faithful MAGA supporters have been raising concerns over what they see as Trump's second-term shortcomings. In recent weeks, pockets of the president's base have accused him of focusing too much on foreign affairs, failing to address the cost of living issues he pledged to fix, aligning himself too closely with billionaires and tech moguls, and resisting the release of more files on the late sexual predator Jeffrey Epstein. Across the conservative spectrum, a steady drumbeat of commentators have warned that Trump's coalition is weakened, and say the party could be headed for defeat in next year's midterm elections. Two officials told the Post that Trump's staff have planned for him to begin holding near-weekly rallies to tout his accomplishments. President Trump has big plans for his future library. That's our fifth story. Trump and his family are working away on his presidential library. Much about the process is secretive. There are no federal rules requiring disclosure of the donors who are expected to provide hundreds of millions of dollars to the project. Some of them, though, may have interests affected by White House policy. On a podcast recently, Trump's son Eric said he would take the suggestion of the host to create a fake news wing in the library. And he said it would be paid for with money from lawsuit settlements with ABC, CBS, and other sources. Trump might follow the example of former President Barack Obama. He created a private foundation that is building his Chicago Center, where the museum exhibits will not be subject to government review. If Trump does the same, it would save taxpayer money, but also enable him to write his own story. Number 6. Supersized data centers are set to transform America. A new generation of really big data centers are sprouting up across the country. Their footprints are measured in miles, not feet. The projects are starting to transform landscapes and communities, and sparking debates about what our energy systems and environment can sustain. A single data center can draw as much power as a small town or even a city of millions. By 2030, projections show data centers could account for more than 10% of U.S. power usage. And tech companies that once pledged to use clean energy alone are fast reconsidering. According to the International Energy Agency, the number one power source to meet the need of data centers will be natural gas. And at number 7, if you have any Kansas City Chiefs fans in your life, be nice to them today. The Chiefs were eliminated from NFL postseason contention with their loss to the Los Angeles Chargers yesterday. And Chiefs fans aren't used to that feeling. Led by stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and coach Andy Reid, their team has played in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls and won 3 of them. They have also played in 7 straight conference championship games. To add to the pain, quarterback Mahomes tore a ligament in his left knee late in the game yesterday. Feeling chirpier this morning will be fans of the Los Angeles Rams and Denver Broncos. They both clinched playoff spots yesterday. There are 3 weeks left in the NFL regular season. The playoffs start with the wild card round on January 10th. Then the Super Bowl is February 8th. All right, you're all caught up. Make this the week you sign up for the newsletter version of The 7, if you haven't already. That's where you can find links to all the stories I talk about here on the podcast, and a lot more. Find the link to sign up in our show notes, or just Google The 7 Morning Briefing from The Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.